The dogs were just barking a couple minutes ago. And I ordered this book from Amazon yesterday. It got here today. New York Times bestseller, Separation, Church, and Hate. A Sane Person's Guide to Taking Back the Bible from Fundamentalists, Fascists, and Flock-Fleecing Frauds. Say that fast. Fascists and flock-fleecing frauds. Fascists and flock... Yeah, I can't do that 3 times. Willie Nelson reviewed it. J Fugelsang nails the Bible. Says in 1 John 4:8 that God is love. Period. End of story. I wonder if that's Willie Nelson, the singer. Rick Offerheim. America's soul needs scrubbing, and there is a brush. This book is the truth and the light. I can't say, but it certainly is. The hypocritical modern Christian's worst nightmare. Catherine Stewart from the New York Times, best-selling author, Money, Lies, and God. Fugelsang's rebuttal to depravity at the heart of the Christian nationalist project that definitely exposes its leaders' cynical exploitations of faith in politics and power. An exorbitant call to action and much needed at this perilous moment. Stevie Van Zandt, musician. Separation of Church and Hate is not just an extraordinary, enjoyable read. It is historically important. In an era when we experience seemingly nothing but religious extremism all the way to our Supreme Court, this book is essential for both Christians and non-Christians to be reminded what Christianity is actually all about. Man, I got marble mouth this morning. It roots out with some coffee. The Knife. Brad Meltzer, New York Times best-selling author of Make Magic and JFK Conspiracy. This knife-sharp book speaks to everyone regardless of what you know about Christianity, but what elevates it to something truly special is its commitment to love and empathy. An important, illuminating work that proves no one owns religion and faith. Patton Oswalt, I don't know who that person is. Fugelsang has discovered the kryptonite to use against Christian fundamentalists, a deep, intelligent knowledge of the Bible. Yeah, I know from what I've heard about Fugelsang, he was raised by a preacher. Throughout history, Anita Baker. Throughout history and the present day, Christian principles of faith, hope, and charity are being co-opted and weaponized to erroneously represent fear and justify hate. In keeping with Christian principles, John welcomed all to his conversation, but he suffers 0 fools. Roland S. Martin, author of White Fear. If there is one thing J Fugelsang is going to do, it's to cut through all the BS and speak truth, whether you like it or not. Bonnie Watson Coleman, U.S. Representative. Fugelsang emphasizes that the love Jesus Christ had for all of God's people in a way that's both funny and informative. Separation of church and hate is like attending Bible study in a comedy club. It appeals to Christians, atheists, and agnostics. John Cryer. Many non-Christians like myself hear the pronouncements of evangelical leaders and think, hell, welp, they're the experts on Christianity, so this must be what Jesus laid down. Turns out Jesus had different ideas. Fugelsang gets into the specifics with razor-sharp wit as well as tremendous empathy for those whom Christianity has given life-changing meaning in a tour de force. Elaine Boozler. She's a comedian, if I remember right. This is probably the last book I would ever pick up, being an atheist who believes in what we all see are dogs again in heaven. But I could not put it down. I don't argue with brick walls. Just having the knowledge this book provides has buoyed my spirit and belief in the Christianity. Indeed, was not meant to be used as a political cudgel. That's the back jacket. Yvette Nicole. I don't recognize a hateful version of Christianity a lot of people have sold to the masses. John has written a necessary, hilarious book, breaks down all the ways the hateful have gotten it wrong. If so, next reviewer, Joe Edward Goza, author of Rebirth of a Nation. If so many of our nation's wounds come from weaponization of Christianity, John reminds us that holding on to the faith and love is essential. In this book, a comedian shall lead them, take and read. John Fugelsang has been murdered on CSI, picked up by Westboro Baptist Church. He's a Drama League nominated actor, comedian, and broadcaster who's hosted many TV shows and podcasts, including the acclaimed Tell Me Everything series on Sirius XM Progress. He's got George Harrison to give his final performance on VH1. Debated Jerry Falwell and David Duke, and made many appearances on MSNBC, Fox News, and CNN. His epic PBS road trip film on the American Dream, Dream On, directed by Roger Weisberg, was named Best Documentary at NYC Independent Film Festival. Fugelsang lives in New York City with his family. What's the front jacket say? The son of a former Catholic nun and Franciscan brother delivers a deeply irreverent and biblically correct takedown of far-right Christian hatred. For more than 2 centuries, the United States Constitution has given the right to society where church and state exist independently. But Christianity has been hijacked by far-right groups and politicians who seek to impose their narrow views on government, often to justify oppressive and unequal policies. The extremists who weaponize the Bible for earthly power aren't actually on the side of Jesus. No kidding. That's my comment. And historically have never been. How do we fight back against those acting literally in bad faith? Comedians and broadcasters, John Fugelsang finally offers the answers. In this informative, perspective-shifting book, Fugelsang takes readers through common fundamentalist arguments on abortion, immigration, LGQ or LGBTQ rights, and more, exposing their hypocrisy and inaccuracy through scripture, common sense, and deeply inappropriate humor. All right, I like deeply inappropriate humor. Written for believers, atheists, agnostics, and anyone who will ever have to deal with a Christian nationalist. Separation of church and hate offers practical tips on how to debate your loved one, co-worker, or neighbor on the intense issues that divide us using the Bible that claim to follow. But Fugelsang's message is more about that than taking down hypocrites. It's about fighting for love, mercy, and the service that are supposed to make up the heart of Christianity. Told with Fugelsang's trademark blend of radical honesty, comedy, and deeply political and religious knowledge. Separation of Church and Hate is the book every American needs today. It's a rallying cry for compassion and clarity for any faith who's sick of religion being used as a cloaking device for hate. And with that introduction, I got to start reading this and then give you my book report. And hopefully I won't have hiccups when I'm doing that. God bless America. Follow Jesus.